You know what I'm saying? Guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Dirtbag Outdoors YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Check it out. Today we're diving into more flashlights. All right, diving into the world of illumination. Tactical Tony time. This time with the Brightnight PT16. If you don't know, I've already done the Brightnight XP22 with the Scorpion light, the dual head, which is right here. This thing is a very wild design. It's super bright. It has a little pick mount right on it. And if you want to put it on something where you can kind of C-clamp or, position it right to where your thumb is, it's actually a pretty cool all-in-one unit. No, no wires to try and tape down or anything like that. And I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. So they sent me this one to check out as well. I've actually been playing with this one for quite some time. This is a 2000 lumen rechargeable light.
Wow.
And we're going to go ahead and do just a quick unboxing, nothing crazy, just to show you what it does come with. But in its current configuration, it's ready to be used just as a flashlight. And it's ready to be used as a weapon light if you should choose to mount it like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and see what comes inside. All right, guys, so this thing is like Batman's utility belt, but with more lumens and less capes. You know what I'm saying? Here is the light itself. All right, I'll bring you guys in. Don't worry for a little close up. But basically, we have 3 switches on this. A remote switch is included. There's the light itself. Nice, heavy duty. It feels well made. This one doesn't get quite as hot as a lot of them, which is really nice. But I'm telling you guys, it's bright. It's actually got several modes. It's got a low, medium, high, and then turbo mode. Kicks in that VTEC. You know what I'm saying? You guys know the vibes. But yeah, guys, it's like 2000 lumens. That's no joke. That's like having the sun taking a vacation in your pocket. You know what I mean? All right, what do we got? We got the manual, a couple of replacement O-rings, charging cable, USB-C, of course. We don't need any of that right now. Your little kind of lanyard. And here's what a lot of you guys are going to be interested in. All right, obviously the light itself. We have our weapon mount. This is a direct pick mount, or it does come with a more of like a barrel style mount, which I personally would not use. If I'm going to use this mount at all, it was going to be strictly on a pick rail. But I actually am going to keep this light for a flashlight, not necessarily a weapons light. But the way that would work is I would take this off of here and you basically have a single scope ring almost. It does have a kind of a plastic protector in here. And yeah, this thing's going to go right in there. You're going to put it on your pick rail, and then you could hook up your remote switch. It does come with 3M tape on it already. So you just replace the cap right here with the pressure switch. And then you've got your buttons on this little guy that you could Velcro, double-sided tape, wrap with a rubber band or some tactical tape if you want to. But we're not going to do so much of that in this. We're just going to talk about the light itself. There's a lot to like with this, and especially for the price. Guys, I love flashlights. I kind of nerd out on them a little bit. I'm not a scientifical engineer guy or nothing like that, but I've had some decent lights for the money. I've had some crappy lights that were, I thought, overpriced, and everything in between. Cloud, Surefire, Streamlight, CD Life, Warrior Land, Bright Night, the whole 9 yards. I got all kinds of them. And I really like them. And just playing with them and seeing what they can do, especially at night, which we're going to show you. But yeah, let's go ahead and go over the different modes that this thing has. It has 2 switches on the back. This one is a on-off switch. And this little one back here is a momentary strobe, which is insane. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's very disorienting, even just looking nearby it. The charging port is USB-C right here, okay? Now, this is actually waterproof and dustproof. It has a waterproof rating up to 2 meters for 4 hours, I believe it is, which is pretty cool, and kind of a value-oriented flashlight. So that's actually really nice. The rechargeable battery itself is a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. That's a long time. In fact, on moonlight mode, which is kind of like the 10 lumen nightlight mode style, they're claiming 280 hours of runtime. Now, I'm not going to test that, be honest with you, but I am going to gather all these lights, and I'm going to have them all charged or fresh batteries if they take batteries, and I'm going to leave them all on more of a time lapse and with timer, and we're going to see who times out at what, and it's going to be interesting to see. They're going to be all on high, and we're going to be checking to see how long they actually last in the real world sitting on the table. So it's not going to be out in the cold. You guys know typically in cold batteries don't last as long, but it'll still be kind of cool to see. So guys, 5,000 milliamp, that's enough to power a small little town for a while. You know what I'm saying? It's not, but it's definitely going to keep you going for quite some time. I'm curious to test it. But guys, basically 5,000 milliamp hours, that's enough time in your battery to outlast power outages, zombie apocalypses, all your friends who keep talking about CrossFit. It'll outlast all that. Night fishing. I'm anxious to do the battery test to see how long we actually get in the real world. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check out the different modes. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on with the on-off, and then the one that is a momentary is actually your change. So there's our low kind of candle mode. There's our medium. There's our high. You guys seeing that? That's intense, I'm telling you. It does put off some heat, but it's not super hot like some of them I've seen. You guys know what I'm saying? And then there's turbo. All right. We're going to see what the turbo mode does with that VTEC kicking in the woods tonight. And then hitting that momentary goes back to moonlight mode. Then main button, turn it right back off. You can also use this button here in the center. I don't really use it too much, but it basically does the same thing as a momentary. So if I press it, it cycles the modes. But I like the momentary back here, and it's on strobe all the time. It does have an SOS mode too, which is actually really cool. I played around with it, but it's probably not something I would use in the real world. But if you keep this in your car or something like that, SOS mode, your boat, SOS mode could be extremely handy in all reality. Now, even though I wouldn't really use that button too much, it does offer your power indicator. All right, it's got a built-in power indicator. It goes green, orange, red, and then flashing red. So green is 70% on up, orange is 30 to 70, red is 10 to 30%, and then flashing red is going to be 10% or less. So get that bad boy on the charger because it's going to be darker than Uranus out here. You know the vibes. The Brianite PT16, a beacon of brilliance, a guardian against darkness, and a flashlight equivalent to a high five from Thor's hammer. I love you guys. Check out the links down below. Continue to the rest of the video, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys, here we are. Pitch black out here in the little backyard range. Now, when I turn this thing on, it is going to go into the brightest mode, which, let's go ahead and do that now. That is insane. Like, I don't know if you guys can understand how bright that actually is. There's the turbo mode. Here is the little guy, the little nightlight guy. Still pretty solid, actually. Totally enough if you want to conserve battery. They say 280 hours on this. That is insane. Medium. High. Turbo. VTEC, baby. B-Series. The throw on this is absolutely insane. I really think this light might be... Look at that. I think this light might be underrated or underknown. This thing is badass. I actually really like this light. And that's why I'm going to keep it as a flashlight, not so much a weapons light. You guys let me know what you think. Check them out down in the link below. I love you guys. We'll see you next time.